All right, this tutorial is about changing the size of a clip and animating the change of the size of a clip. So here I have three clips, as you can see down here, 1, 2, 3, and they're all snow clips in Boston. I'm going to play the sequence so you can see up here on the program monitor what's actually happening. So let's go down to the timeline and we'll play these clips. That one looks normal, no problem there. This one appears to be normal, a little movement. This one doesn't appear to be normal. There's a lot going on below the screen that I'm not able to see. All right, so there's a problem there. I want to fix that. What's happened is that my timeline, let me move my playhead over to this third clip. My timeline is set at one set, like 720 by 480, 720 pixels wide by 480 pixels in depth or height. And this is filmed at something completely different, like 1960, like HD. So I want to make this clip fit into my sequence setting. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to right-click on that clip, and I'm going to scroll down all the way down until I see Scale to Frame Size. That's going to scale this clip to fit the frame size of my timeline sequence. Set Scale to Frame Size right here. Scale it down. So I'm going to click that here, and all of a sudden, oh look, now I can see so much more of what's happening. All right, now how else can I do that? I can turn this off and on. I can do it by right-clicking, scrolling down, and selecting Scale to Frame Size, or I can go up to Clip and go to Video Options, and now I'm going to deselect Scale to Frame Size, and it goes back to the way it was. All right, so that's two ways of selecting that. All right, so we're going to use the scale setting to do some other things. Let's go ahead and change that back because I want to make sure that I can see everything that has to offer. Scale to frame size. That's pretty good. Now, let's look at number 2. Number 2 looks to be normal, but again, I know that this is shot at a higher scale than frame size than what my timeline setting is. So what I want to do is I want to do what we call a push-in. So I'm going to use my up and down arrow keys to move my playhead to the very first frame of that clip. I can check that by using my left arrow to make sure, oops, that's the first clip. Using my right arrow, that's the first frame of the second clip. That's fine. Okay, now, what I'm going to do, if I look up here in the effects control panel, my scale is set to 100. But I know that that's not the full clip. I'm not seeing everything that was shot. So I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to right-click on this, and I'm going to choose another one. Instead of Scale to Frame Size, I'm going to do Set to Frame Size. All right, and that's automatically going to scale that down. Now I can see much more. That's the tree we were looking at, but look how much more here I've got that's visible. If I look over here in the effects control panel, my scale has been changed to 33.3%, so it's reduced it. I'm going to keep it there. I'm going to click this stopwatch, and that's going to automatically make a keyframe right where my playhead is at the first frame of that. Now I'm going to use my up and down arrow keys, my down arrow key, to move this to the next edit point, and I'm going to hit my left arrow key once to make sure I'm at the last keyframe of that second clip. Now I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to, right here on my hooked arrow, I'm going to click Reset. That's going to change this scale number to 100% and automatically make a keyframe for me at the location my playhead in the timeline. So here we go. Click that, 100%. Now use my up and down arrow key, so let's play this and watch what happens. It's a push-in to that tree that we saw before. That's how you do a push-in. You reduce the frame size, and then keyframe that position, move your playhead to the next position where you want the change to take effect, set a keyframe there, and then the computer will automatically calculate how fast do I have to grow in order to make it from 33% in this case to 100%. Automatically does that for you. Okay, also, let's look at these keyframes. We have some options. What's happening here is that this size change is happening at a consistent rate. The very second frame, right when we start this, the second frame, this starts as I inch through this frame by frame. You can see every frame gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. That's an immediate start and an immediate stop. I don't really like that. I want it to ease in and make it look more natural. So I'm going to go up here to my effects control panel, and where I have scale keyframes done, I know I'm on the first keyframe here because I don't have the ability to go back to a previous keyframe. This moves my playhead to the next keyframe. This moves it to the previous keyframe. So I don't have a previous keyframe. So what I'm going to do is, here's my keyframe. I'm going to right-click on this, and I'm going to look at this. I have several options. Linear, which is what this is now, a constant movement or growth or change. I have Bezier, and I have audio Bezier, continuous Bezier, and hold. A hold frame just takes that frame that your playhead is on and duplicates it for as long as you want it to hold. All right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to choose ease in or ease out. For this one, I'm going to choose ease out. A lot of people get confused here because they say, well, I'm going to ease into the movement. No, you're not doing that. You're easing out of the keyframe location. So this is my first keyframe. I'm going to choose ease out. And then I'm going to move this to the next keyframe. I'm going to right-click on that and go down. I'm going to say ease into this keyframe. Not ease out of the movement, but ease into this keyframe. And there's my keyframe. And now this will be a lot, I'm going to scroll out here a little bit. This will be a lot easier. It moves, and as it comes into that last keyframe, it slows down just a hair. You can, let me play it again, and you'll notice that it starts a little slower, picks up speed as it grows, and then right before it ends, it slows down. Ease in, ease out, and watch this slow down, and ease in. All right, so those are our keyframes. We have those 5 different things, 4 different keyframes. We have linear, which is straight line, Bezier, which allows us to make some adjustments. I'll show you those later. And auto Bezier, which also creates a smooth rate of change through the keyframe. They automatically update as you change settings. And then we have a continuous Bezier. This option is similar to the auto Bezier option, but it provides some manual control for us. And then we have, of course, the freeze or the hold frame. All right, that is all for this lesson. That's ease in, ease out of keyframing, and how to keyframe a size, how to set to frame size and scale to frame size as well. Hope you enjoy that. Thanks.